Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another quick, easy keto recipe for you. Today I am going to show you how to make keto tortilla bowls, and I'm also going to show you how to make a quick taco bowl filling that I use inside of these tortilla bowls. Both recipes are quick, easy, and you'd have dinner ready in less than 20 minutes. And if you want a printable version of these recipes, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of these recipes and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Lightly spray 4 taco bowl molds. If you don't have any molds, cut a double layer of aluminum foil into squares or rectangles that are around 8 by 9 to 9 by 9 inches in length. Then take the foil and form it around the bottom of a small bowl. Then press the foil to where it's tight around the bottom of the bowl and slide the bowl out of the foil, and voila, you've got a taco bowl mold. Just make sure if you do make your own taco bowl mold out of foil, make sure you still spray it lightly so nothing sticks to it. Place the taco bowl molds on a baking sheet and set it aside for a minute. In a large mixing bowl, combine 84 grams or around 3/4 cup of coconut flour, 10 grams or around 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3 grams or around 3/4 of a teaspoon of xanthan gum. If you don't have xanthan gum, you can use psyllium husk powder. Make sure it's the powder, not the whole husk, or gelatin powder. Either one that you choose, you do not want to leave this out. The xanthan gum or the xanthan gum substitute, this is your binding agent. We're not using any eggs in this recipe, so you need the xanthan gum or the xanthan gum substitute to bind your ingredients together. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And if you want to, you can add some dry seasonings to give your tortilla bowls a little bit more of a flavor. I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, turmeric, and chili powder. Also, a little tip, the turmeric and the black pepper that I use in here is not just for taste. The turmeric gives the dough a little bit of a yellow tint to it so that once it's baked between the yellow color of the turmeric and the black pepper granules throughout the dough, the tortilla bowl actually looks more like a corn tortilla if you choose to do that. You don't have to. It still tastes good either way. Sift the dry ingredients all together until they're fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Add 185 grams or around 3/4 cup of room temperature plain yogurt or sour cream. Make sure this is room temperature so your ingredients combine smoothly. Stir the yogurt into the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined and all the dry ingredients are moist. The mixture is going to be a little bit crumbly, but you should see everything start coming together a little bit. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the dough to the center of the bowl. Then scrape the dough all together and form it into a smooth ball. Massage the ball of dough in your hands for about 1 minute or until a smooth, soft dough has formed. If for some reason it seems like your dough is not holding together and that it's not coming together to make a smooth dough, then just add very small amounts of warm water until the dough comes together and holds its own shape. You don't want this to be a really moist dough. If it's a really moist dough, then your tortilla bowls are going to be really soft. You just want enough moisture just to hold the ingredients all together. It should come together and form a nice, smooth dough. Once the dough is nice and smooth, divide the dough into 4 equal portions. Then line a tortilla press or a clean work surface with parchment paper. Press or roll each portion of the dough out to circles that are around 7 to 8 inches in diameter, depending on how big you want your tortilla bowl to be. Once the dough is all pressed out, keep the dough on the parchment paper and brush each side of the dough circles with olive oil or cooking spray. Make sure it's just a light coating of oil on each side of the dough circles. Once the dough circles are coated with the oil, use the parchment paper that the circles are on and transfer the dough circles into your prepared tortilla bowl molds. Now, I strongly suggest using the parchment paper to help shape your dough into the tortilla bowl molds. Gluten-free dough is always very fragile, so it can easily be torn, and you definitely want to make sure that your dough stays nice and smooth when you are shaping it into the tortilla bowl molds. So use the paper to transport. It makes it a lot easier. All you have to do is stick the paper over the mold, gently press down in the center of the dough, and the parchment paper just kind of wraps around the tortilla bowl mold. Also, it makes it easier to take it out after it's baked, because all you'll have to do is grasp the parchment paper and pop the bowl out. Once the tortilla dough is all shaped in your prepared molds, place the molds on your baking sheet and place in your preheated oven. Bake at 375 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes or until the bowls are golden and firm. Once the bowls are done baking, remove them from the oven. They still will be a little soft, but they will firm up as they cool. So allow the bowls to cool on the baking pan in the molds for about 10 to 15 minutes or until they're firm. Once the bowls are firm, grasp the overhanging parchment paper and remove the bowls from their molds. Then transfer them to a wire rack and allow them to cool completely before using. Now keep in mind that coconut flour really does not get crispy. So if you're expecting this to have the same type of crunch as a corn tortilla bowl does, that's not going to happen, I'm sorry. But it is going to be nice and firm. If you do want a more firm bowl, then once your bowl has cooled completely, just brush a little bit more oil on the inside and outside of the cooked tortilla bowl, and you could either place it in your air fryer at 375 for around 3 to 5 minutes or until it's browned a little bit, or you can place it in your oven at 400 degrees for 5 to 7 minutes or until the bowl is browned. This will just give it more of a crisp texture. Also, make sure that you always cool your bowls completely before you use them. Once they've cooled completely, you can use them immediately, or you can store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days, or you can wrap them in foil and freeze them for up to 3 months. Once you are ready to use them, you can put any filling you want in them. For this recipe, I'm going to show you a really quick beef taco filling for these. For the filling, place 1 pound of lean ground beef in a large skillet over medium heat. Chop the beef into small pieces, then season the beef with 1½ teaspoons of chili powder, a ½ teaspoon of garlic powder, a ½ teaspoon of onion powder, a ½ teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of dry oregano, and 1/4 teaspoon of dry cumin. Stir these all together until they're fully combined and all the meat has been covered with the seasonings. Add a ½ teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, then once again stir to fully combine. Cook over medium for 3 to 5 minutes or until the beef is no longer pink. Make sure as you're cooking, you're stirring the meat every now and then and chopping it up to make sure that it chops into small, even pieces. Once the meat is done cooking, if you need to, drain off any extra fat. Then add 15 ounces of black soybeans that have been drained and rinsed, and stir to combine them with the meat. Add 15 ounces of whole canned baby corns that have been chopped into small pieces, and stir to combine. Add 360 grams or around 1½ cups of the salsa of your choice, and again stir until everything is fully combined. Cover the pan and turn the heat down to low. Cook on low for 5 minutes or until the filling is heated through. When you're ready to assemble your tortilla bowls, Scoop your desired amount of the cooked rice substitute of your choice into the bottom of each one of the tortilla bowls. I'm using some cooked miracle rice and shredded zucchini that I've seasoned with a little bit of taco seasoning. You can use whatever rice substitute you want, or if you don't want to use a rice substitute, you can also use shredded lettuce instead. Then scoop your desired amount of meat mixture over the top of the cooked rice substitute or the shredded lettuce. Then top the meat mixture with the toppings of your choice. I'm using a little bit of shredded Colby cheese, some salsa, some sour cream, and some chopped avocados. You can use whatever you want for your toppings. Serve these warm. If you do have any leftovers of the meat mixture, allow it to cool completely, and you can store it in your refrigerator in an airtight container up to 3 days. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.